The buzz still lingers around La Defence Arena, and that's because these fans got to witness one of the great Australian swimming rivals play out in the women's 200 freestyle final. Ariarne Titmus against her great teammate in Mollie O'Callaghan. Titmus finished first and O'Callaghan second in the semi-finals. But tonight, O'Callaghan has flipped that result in the most thrilling of finals. The 20-year-old, she finished the 200 in a flurry to touch the wall just a half a second ahead of Titmus. She was fifth at the halfway mark, but stormed home in the final 50 metres, just to give you an idea of how she finished that race. We spoke to a fan after that race.
Well, we went to the same school as them in Brisbane. We went to St. Peter's, and I was in the same grade as Mollie's. So seeing them there tonight was pretty cool, yeah. So lovely, the loveliest person you'll ever meet, and so it's awesome to see her get the reward for her hard work. Yeah, love Mollie! Woo!
A fan and a friend there also of Mollie O'Callaghan's, and this is a great statistic, guys. Tonight's result means it's the first time Australia has finished 1-2 in an Olympic swimming final since Ian Thorpe bested Grant Hackett in the men's 400 metres freestyle at the 2004 Athens Games. O'Callaghan now has 2 gold in Paris and could add to that swag. It's a bit scary, really. Her pet event is still to come, the 100 metres freestyle, and she could also compete in the relay. So a fantastic result for Mollie O'Callaghan.
Tom, we might need to get you some of that Australian merchandise there. It was a big night for swimming in general. What else happened?
Kaylee McKeown was also in the pool in the semi-final of the women's 100 metres backstroke. She's qualified second fastest in that event through to the final tomorrow. She was a fraction behind her American rival in Regan Smith. And good news for Iona Anderson of Australia also. She's qualified 4th fastest, so she'll swim in tomorrow's final of the 100 metres backstroke. But really tomorrow, expect it to be a showdown between McKeown and Regan Smith. Also not to be tonight for Australia's Max Giuliani in the 200 metres freestyle final. He touched the wall in 7th place with the Romanian teenage star David Popovici winning gold. That is Romania's first gold of these games. But all in all, a wonderful effort from Giuliani, the boy from Tasmania, reaching a final in his debut Olympics, no less. So I'm sure there's lots of good things to come in the future for Giuliani.
And Tom, we've been keeping an eye on this morning. The women's rugby sevens have just finished, and Australia is now in a really good chance to get a medal because they are through to the semis.
They just trounced the Irish 40-7 at the Stade de France. So they finished top of their pool earlier today, James, also beating the Irish. So you would have thought that would have been a good chance to play them and beat them again tonight. And that's exactly what they've done. 40-7, which is a whopping scoreline for a match that only lasts 15 minutes. So our women's rugby sevens are a really good chance going through to tomorrow's finals. There's also some news in the equestrian, James. As you mentioned in your intro, it's a dream come true for Chris Burton, the 42-year-old from Toowoomba. He's only spent the last 5 months on his horse Shadow Man. I love that name. Burton's mate actually loaned it to him for 6 months to use at these games. He's won silver in the individual eventing competition, which is an unexpected result for Chris Burton. And what a backdrop it was with his Chateau de Versailles playing the backdrop for those events. Chris Burton spoke to the media earlier.
I mean, I believed in this horse since I first saw him. I feel like we were meant to be together because I eventually convinced my wife that it is a good idea, and when she's on board, things happen. I've been whisked away. I've been taken for a urine sample. I've been taken from press conference to press conference asking the same generic crap. And all I want to do is see my mates and colleagues on the team and my wife and family and have a beer, but I'll catch up, don't worry.
James, the Hockeyroos, they're 2 from 2, trouncing Great Britain today 4-0 on the back of 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. So they are top of their pool, still to play the US, Argentina and Spain. And bad news for the Opals, a bad start to their Olympic campaign. They have gone down to Nigeria, 76-62 in an upset in Lille. The coach, Sandy Brondello, she didn't mince her words. She said that that's not the way that the Opals play basketball and that they basically buckled under pressure.